Hey, what's going on, guys? Today I'm going to be doing a follow-up bike check on my 2013 GT Zaskar Elite. As you can tell, I've done actually only a few minor changes, but the performance is significant. For those of you that have seen my first bike check, this is just a follow-up to it, and don't worry if you haven't seen the first one. I'm just going to go over everything once I talk about my updates. So the first change I did is I replaced the original All-Terra flat bar with a V2 31-inch wide by 35 millimeter handlebar. Also, what I've done is I've swapped out the original Easton stem that was a 1/1/8 80 millimeter length stem by a 31.8 clamp with this V2 stem as well. It's a nice complement. I like this handlebar. It's a nice sweep to it. The original All-Terra was straight, and it was on there for a few years, so I just wanted to replace it. So because after all the hard riding, at some point I don't want to find out how much more the handlebar is going to be able to last. Failing handlebar is probably the worst part, one of the parts you totally don't want to fail. The other upgrade that I've done is I've replaced the original Formula RX brakes that came with it with, of course, as many of you know, watching my other bike reviews, are the Magura MT5 brakes. I felt that for consistency and the fact that I just love how the Magura MT5 brakes work, they're just worth the upgrade, especially on this bike. So now, this bike stops incredibly, just phenomenal. Probably my best stopping bike that I've had. Other than that, everything else has practically remained the same. I've got, since this is an old school, it's a 2013, it is still rocking the 9mm quick release, FSA skewers front and back, a 135 rear, 100 mil wide front. No through axles on this one. I'm 5'6" with a 32-inch leg inseam, and so this is a size small. It's still pretty short for me, but I like smaller frames because it's easier for me to kind of flick around on the bike. Here I always go with the Race Face Half Nelson grips. I like them a lot. They're my favorite grips of all time. I kind of playing around right now because I hit drops, and so the zip ties, I know they're cable guides, but I haven't had any luck with them sticking. In the Pacific Northwest weather, they just kind of, even if you clean it up with isopropyl and then tack them on, they will eventually fall off. And so I'm just trying this one. I'll tidy this up. It's just a rubber tube to prevent the zip tie from sliding all the way down, especially on something this steep of a top tube. And so far it's working, so I think I'll tidy this up a bit. You guys might notice that I don't use that cable noodle for my dropper posts, and this is a KS E10 remote dropper. You can find them at Jensen for like $115, and it works really well. I've had this for several years, zero issues. It doesn't jam. I would recommend, though, if you're gonna always store your dropper post fully in the out position. I used to do it fully compressed, and I noticed then you run into a little bit of some jamming problems. But if you leave it open, when you're storing it, it should be fine. I still haven't upgraded the fork. This is a 100mm RockShox Recon fork, and it does a really good job. It's still smooth. I replaced out the seal. The seals get replaced out every year. Also, I'm still running the Shimano SLX 2x up front with a SRAM X7 front derailleur. I don't have any plans to turn this into a 1x system. I'm pretty happy with the 2x up front. It gives me, a good amount of range. Sometimes it's so steep that I want something below a 34 tooth, which is what I run up front on a lot of my 1x bikes. And just leave it in the back as a 10-speed, and it's got an XT rear derailleur. I don't have any plans to change out the drivetrain at all. And also, I think the next couple upgrades that are going to happen, I will probably swap out the Maxxis tires. I do have another pair of these, but once I've worn down my tires, these will probably run with the Vittoria Mezcal tires in a 2.25. I like that width. I think they're good. You know, the Maxxis Aspens here, they're worn out, so they're sliding a lot in the these kind of conditions if I push it. So surprisingly though, these Shimano this Shimano 29er wheel set has held up pretty well. They've outlasted on my 2018 Zaskar. I run the Stan's MK3s. These last so much longer. It kind of kills me. And I've ridden the hell out of these wheels, and they stand the test of time. They're on center locks. These are the SLX rotors. It's a 180 front with a 160 rear. You know, the stopping power is incredible. And I think if these wheels are to go, Ollie will probably get some Onyx. Like, I will spend a decent amount of money, but Onyx hubs, because I just like a quiet hub, followed by, and they're modular, so I can, if I one day want to put them on a through axle bike, you can do that. And with some like race face arc 30s, you know, I think that'll be fine. I do run tubes on a lot of my bikes. Sorry, I know that drives a lot of you nuts. But it's just, I have too many bikes to maintain, and that's just a lot of sealant to change out every 6 months. Here I run the Pro logo, you know, just a Pro logo white saddle just to go with the frame. Also, I've kept the original headset. You know, just take care of your headset. It does the job, does the trick. You shouldn't have any issues. And of course I run flat pedals with skateboard tape in the center. That's just, I had a bunch of skateboard tape. I just wanted to see if that helped me out. Quick answer is not really, not that big of a difference. But anyway, that's it for my 2013 GT Zaskar Elite alloy frame. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments box. I'll reply. Other than that, you know, watch my other videos. I just put out, I do have a video called geez, I just put it out. It's so funny, but where I ride this bike, and or Zaskar Hardtails. That's my video, and it's where I ride this bike and I just throw it around. It's my second favorite bike next to my Zaskar Carbon Pro. So but this is a fantastic bike. It's fun. It's a great dirt jumper, XC bike. You can take it to the bike park. It takes a lot of abuse. It's lasted for, you know, ever since 2013, so I'm excited. It's a reliable bike. I'll continue to ride it, you know, upgrade it. It's worth it for me, so as long as I'm having fun. Anyway, that's it. I will see you guys later. Bye.